Is Karen turning into a vegetarian? Yes, I said it, vegetarian. And is Jack still testing the waters? Come on, Jack. Will and Grace after show. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Ooh, Crystal always does the shimmy shimmy. She's the shimmy shimmy welcome wagon.
That's right, baby.
Woohoo, you guys. Will and Grace after show. We are so excited to be back. We are just 2 episodes away from the season finale.
No.
Bittersweet, I know. No. I'm your host, Louisa Sharamatian, and I am joined by
Crystal McLaughlin, and Maite's not here this evening, but we miss you. We love you, Maite. Sending you lots of love.
And I am Brendan Haley.
We miss you, Maite, and we will see you next week. And Will and Grace After Show, we're so excited. Before we dig in, I do want to say we have some news and gossip. We have our fun segment, which we look forward to. And this was a funny episode. You know, we saw a full picture of some stuff.
Girl, this was
right?
juicy.
Juicy episode.
It reminded me of the old Will and Grace.
Yeah.
Oh,
right?
like, okay.
Sort of like confused identities.
Yes.
A little bit of a love triangle.
The attachment with Grace.
Yeah.
Childish behavior,
Lord,
right? Like
right?
they're very childish and fun, you know.
Yeah, overall, I think for me, it showed that they're kind of making baby steps in their personal life, but it's like 1 step forward, but 5 back,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Relatable.
Like
Totally.
So relatable.
that's what I kind of felt, and that I just don't know if they're ready to kind of pull the plug on each other. And I know we'll go deeper into that towards the end when we really talk about that. But I do want to start off as far as relationships and women with Karen and Nikki. So it's snowing, as we see, and they're kind of locked in there, which is hilarious. And Nikki, which is played by the beautiful
Samira Wiley.
yeah, exactly. Samira Wiley from Orange is the New Black and Handmaid's Tale.
Which, if
She's-
you're me,
oh
I
my
watch it before
God.
bed.
Yes, so
Ooh.
good.
It's so aesthetically
So good.
pleasing.
Before bed, don't you get scared
It's pretty.
and like?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It
is.
is.
Terrifying, but it's pretty.
very
And the-
terrifying.
Which is me.
Yes.
I love you, and the books are great too. But yeah, so I guess she's been listening to Karen downstairs because she's the upstairs neighbor or office neighbor or whatever, and she comes down and she's like, "Oh my God, is this your voice? Like, I love it." So she comes down and she's obviously sexually into Karen and wants to do a lot of things. So how was your take on that? Like, did we feel like that Karen was inviting to it, or was she kind of standoffish?
I think Karen's a very open person. I think she's always been open to the possibility. I think she's even made attempts at, or not even attempts, but like experiments in the past, because she's joked about it before. So I think she's down.
Absolutely, me too.
I don't think she was necessarily catching on quite so much in the beginning, but then once she heard all these great things that Nikki had to provide, and
Sexually, you mean?
just not even necessarily just sexually, but like she's just giving her attention that she needs, and she's basically telling her, look, you're a queen, you deserve to be treated like a queen, let me treat you like one. And Karen's like, why wouldn't I? You know what I mean? And she is a queen, so I can see why she is not opposed to that.
And that's what I like, because she sat her down and said, you have been taking care of so many people. Like, who takes care of you, right? And she kind of opened up her mind as to, wow, maybe I should, try this whole situation and become a vegetarian, and
Let's talk about that word for a second.
tell me, Brandon.
I have so many pictures in my mind.
Right? Of meatballs.
Can we hear more about these pictures?
I know.
I don't know where the writers come up with this stuff, but it's gold, as we
It's
always
gold.
talk
It's
about.
gold. It's gold.
But like, is this a word that? Comment below. Is this a word that
I'm
you guys
gonna
use?
Google it right now. You guys, I have my phone
I've
now.
heard it before.
I
I've
was
heard it
dying.
before.
Hold up.
I've never heard it before.
I've heard it before.
Vegetarian. Don't
I've
laugh
heard
at me and don't judge me. Hold up.
I am doing both.
I have definitely heard it before, and I've heard it from my girlfriends who are bisexual.
Oh my God,
so.
there's a T-shirt on Amazon. Hold
Just
up.
saying.
Hold up. Vegetarian. Hold up.
There's a T-shirt.
Oh my God. One who
What?
eats vaginas but not sausages. So this is real. Urban Dictionary. Do you want to read it out loud?
Why are you giving it to me?
Before our producer shuts the show down right now. So it is a word.
Who's in our live chat?
Someone
We
who
need to see
enjoys
this.
servicing the sexual organs of females. Boom.
Well, apparently Salome Arbel is ready.
Ready.
The comment is,
Hi.
I'm so
Hello,
ready.
Salome.
So,
Hey, we have a viewer.
yeah.
Awesome. So it is a word, but either way, the writing on the show is golden.
Oh,
Me and
100%.
Crystal have always said, where do they come up with it?
Yeah, it's
And especially
totally-
in such a short amount of
Yeah.
time, because they
Right?
have, what, a week
Yeah.
to set everything
They're
up?
almost like best friends, just like hanging out. And they're like, you know what would be funnier?
Oh, our producer pulled it up right
There
there.
you go.
Vegetarian.
Vegetarian.
Oh, my
There
God.
you go.
There you go.
Urban. Okay.
Opposite of Pinavore.
Oh my God! I didn't know there was
I'm a Pinavore, by the way.
Girl,
Pinavore.
same.
I'm a Pinavore.
I prefer a P instead of a V. No judgment, you know.
That
Oh
is
my God.
hilarious.
Oh,
See?
that is so funny. I
But-
just saw Grazer too, so
I love
yeah,
it.
This is great. This is why
So
the
good.
show's so
It's
funny.
so informational. See, we educate everyone about everything.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yes.
Karen, for
Right?
educating
Thank
the
you.
youth.
Exactly.
Yes.
I mean, all the little stuff when she said, also she said one more thing was like Venus and Serena, all that. We can talk about afterwards in the favorite quote section. But as far as the whole relationship with them, I mean, I heard that, Nikki might be in a few more episodes. I'm not going to go there. But I kind of see Karen having fun and maybe swinging over and saying, hey, you know what? I've been so broken with men before in the past. Let me see what this can be like.
I heard this rumor too, and we talked a little bit about
Yeah.
it. My main concern is like, what's going to happen with Malcolm? Because he will find out.
Of course.
He is the CIA.
Well, wasn't she gonna hop on a plane and go to like Alabama or something like that?
I think it was Afghanistan a little bit.
God, I'm so
Oh
awful.
my God.
I mean, girl, no judgment.
Oh my God,
I
do not
failed.
judge me.
I was about to say geometry.
Geography is
Um,
not my strength,
no.
so.
Yeah, I was.
I'm speechless, you guys. I'm just sitting here like.
Wait, is it your strength, Brendan?
No.
No, okay, God, thank
I
God.
was here like,
love
is
you.
geometry the right word? Oh no, this
Geography.
is going on television. Whoops. Thank you. It's
It
geography.
lives forever.
Yeah.
But, oh gosh. Anyway, no, Malcolm will hound her down. Knock on the door.
This sounds like a sexual innuendo. Anyway, but yeah, I really liked their dynamic together. I thought
Oh,
it was
yeah.
something new. There was something really charged, and you could tell they were having really so much fun playing against each other.
And after the kiss, Karen's like, oh, girl. You know what that means.
What do you guys feel like though? Because I know, like in the gay community, like being bisexual is like frowned upon.
Is it?
I don't think it's frowned. It's certainly not frowned upon. It's
I've
like
heard a lot from my
Oh, I
gay
didn't
friends.
know.
there's like
let me
people
judge that.
erase it. That's the issue. Is people are like, oh, so you're into both men and women? Well, that's not real. You're probably just afraid of coming
Yeah.
out, and that's more of the issue. So I think actually that would be a very interesting storyline for them to go into over the next couple of episodes. Because that is a very prevalent
Yeah.
topic of conversation.
It is. I actually was just watching an episode of Lindsay Lohan's Beach Club, and one of the
I don't watch
characters on.
that.
Have you watched it?
I
He's
have.
bisexual, and like that was like a big issue, and she's like, wow, like, and I felt like it was weird because it was like he was getting more, what for it. Versus the other chick who was bisexual too, and she wasn't getting so much flack about it. But
Wow.
it's interesting because I notice it a lot when it comes to males in the gay community versus females. Like it's almost like, oh, she's a female, she can do that, but for males they
man.
can't. So I just
That's
always,
not fair.
I always
Yeah,
think about that. and, like,
it's not, as you
it's
just
not
said, it's not
fair.
fair. And it's so funny because so many people in the gay community are very much for love is love and being
Right.
expressing your truth, but at the same time there are the people both straight and LGBT who criticize and shade and hate on people
Wow.
for their
That's a
bisexuality.
shame.
It is a shame. Again, it's not something that is it doesn't go as deep as like
Right.
the issues that we faced in the past, but it is still very prevalent. And like I've dated people who are bisexual and they're lovely, and it's given me a whole new perspective of my own love life
Wow.
that has helped me navigate the trials and tribulations of life.
A learning experience.
Yeah, because to be honest, I am very confident in saying all of these people who are bisexual that I've dated way smarter than me. in terms of maturity, in terms of
And you're smart,
openness.
so damn, Brendan.
I mean,
Maybe communication. You're getting different types of skill sets.
Oh
From
yeah,
from
because
both
you
sexes.
learn. Yeah, it's exactly that. You learn so much from one person. Imagine what it's like learning from
Two.
literally the entire
Wow.
spectrum of humanity.
Yeah.
That is so beautiful. Learning from all the spectrums of humanity.
Yeah, I
Learning
just
how to
kept
better
thinking
yourself.
about that when I saw it, and I was like, oh, I wonder if this is gonna be like sort of like an uproar because.
Right.
What do you mean she's dipping in that pond now? Like she's never like really been to women. So all of a sudden she decides we've been fighting for this. You know what I mean? Like I just think of that. You know.
Well, I think a lot of the argument comes from people being over defensive of where they come from.
True.
Right.
Which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it is when you start naming people, wagging your
course.
finger at someone and telling
Yeah.
them that they're wrong.
And that just comes down to allowing people to live in their truth, and not talk down on that until that person figures out their life,
I kissed a girl and I
Like
liked
Katy
it.
Perry, look at her. Yeah, absolutely. That's
Thank
her
you for
first
taking us
song.
to
that
church, Crystal.
But yeah, speaking of shows and all of that stuff, I know Brandon has some great news to share.
I do indeed. I just wanted to take a second to say, hey guys, thank you so much for being the best patrons, best viewers. You are giving us the opportunity to do what we love, and you're giving AfterBuzz TV the opportunity to grow. We offer all the kind of shows you want. We got action and adventure. We got rom-com. We got everything you could want. It's
Yes.
as Louisa says, it's a buffet of shows and entertainment. And your viewership helps make it all happen. It helps make us the ESPN of TV talk. So if you are on YouTube right now, I'm going to highly encourage you to head on over to that like button. Big press it. That's not a thing. Give us a
is a thing now.
subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll shout you out on the live stream. And if you're on iTunes, you should totally go over and give us a 5-star rating.
Absolutely, and we're on Spotify too, you guys.
Oh, we are on Spotify.
You guys, Brendan just covered it all. I always
Yes.
say it's a buffet of TV shows and everything that you want. Get your popcorn, chime in, watch it, like and subscribe. And we do give shout outs. And we just love AfterBuzz TV.
That's right, and we love you guys.
Yes, we love you guys. So, okay, moving on now. Jack, elevator, and a firefighter. Like, that just sounds so dangerous. I'm kind of disappointed, but that he turned it back around. So what happened was, it's snowing or whatever, the elevator gets stuck, and he does have a big belly. That's random, but how big is his belly?
I think he was pushing it out for that.
Oh, really?
No,
Yeah,
I've seen that
course.
before. I've seen his bare torso.
I'm like, is that your pre-wedding diet? Like, Jack? I'm
No
awful.
judgment. I'm down with it.
I don't think it's body. I think it's just comedy.
I think it's just comedy too.
I haven't seen him like that. So in my sense, I'm like, oh wow, okay, his body shape is different. You know what I mean? Don't judge me. I just say the weirdest things. Anyway, so he gets stuck in the elevator and he's panicking and has that hilarious conversation with his mother. So golden, like wow,
Perfection.
perfection. And then Drew comes down to save him, and Drew is a former fling, and they almost hook up. But then Jack says, no, love has changed me for the better. So what do we think?
God, I'm glad. I'm finally
Yes, Crystal.
hopefully he will stick to this, and
Hopefully.
this is just, well, here's the thing. We're all human. We all make errors. My dad always used to say, trust people 99% of the time, because we are still human and we do mess up a lot.
That's nice that you said that. As in, there are kindness in
There's
people.
there's room for error.
Okay.
We're not perfect, So, I give it to him. He caught himself. He was ready to do it, but he stopped himself. He understands what it means to find love and find something special, and I don't know. What my question is, would he have done that had his mom not mentioned it? If they didn't have that phone call beforehand and she mentioned it then, would he have followed through?
That's a very interesting
Very
point.
That's what I was
point.
thinking the whole time. Like,
Because
oh, is it 'cause
oftentimes we
mama?
don't have that
the voice of reason, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, I'm happy that he's finally
Behaving,
growing up.
kind
But
of.
like, did he do it for the? Did he do it because he wanted to do it, or he did it because Mama was in his ear? Because we know our mamas like to be in our ear.
I think if it's being introduced, it's probably
Yeah.
a longer journey for him.
Yeah.
It's probably personal growth. And just like you, I'm very excited for him because it's about time that boy settle down.
Right? Get that ring on and just stay
Yeah.
home.
I also really want to see a wedding.
Right? I know. Esteban.
Or ma'am, remember?
Or ma'am. However you choose to identify.
That was so funny,
just-
ma'am.
For me, in these situations, like, it's always two people. It's two can play that game, right? But he was pushing it. He knows that Jack is engaged, yet he's just pushing it and just saying, oh, well, I was married and all that stuff. And Jack's like, well, to a woman, it doesn't count because that means you just get health insurance or something, which was brilliant. But still, like, he was just pro the whole cheating. And I feel like if you know this guy is engaged, right, just push back a bit. Respect Esteban. You know, I feel like cheaters don't care at all. You know, the other side of everything.
Well, Drew probably saw Jack for what he was before, which was he initiated a relationship while he was married.
Right.
And therefore, he would probably initiate another, encounter.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's a comfort mechanism.
So, it's kind of like, when you know someone for what they are, you kind of expect that. Now, people can change, though. So I'm proud of Jack, whether it be that he was influenced by his mother or not. I'm just proud of him in general for even taking a step back and looking at it overall and saying, no, I have a choice, and my choice is going to be to choose the good angel, the angel on the right side.
Yeah, I mean, do people really change though? Like,
I think
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's this saying in Armenian. It says "Garmir gova gashin chipochi." It means a red cow will never change its like skin tone or like whatever that is. But you know what I mean? Like, it'll
Yeah.
always say the same. And I feel like it's just hard when you put someone in a box. It is hard to take them out of that.
I mean, obviously, people have to show you, through, by actions that they're changing.
Right.
But I really do feel like people change. I mean, there's people who have been alcoholics for years and then they stop drinking. There's drug addicts. There's sex addicts. I mean, there's all kinds of things that people do that, maybe it didn't shine them in the best light.
Right.
But why should we punish them for their
Totally.
entire life?
Also, I feel life has a way of pushing you, or not pushing, but nudging you to,
Right.
The right direction.
your,
Or the
your,
wrong.
your potential.
Yeah.
Well, either way, let's hope Jack made it out safe from that elevator. Right?
Yes, of
but
course.
yeah, I'm excited to talk about this whole moving in and getting wifed up situation with our couples. So basically, both couples are making a huge step. McCoy really wants Will to move in with him, or vice versa, and then Noah asked Grace to move in with him, and both were in bed at the same time, which is hilarious because Grace's bed was all dirty and crunchy with nuts and toenails and stuff. I mean, like, it's so disgusting. Yet the other bedroom was so clean. But here's the thing: they both said no in a way where it's like they can blame the other. For me, it just shows, dude, like, move forward with your personal life. Why are you guys holding on to each other this long?
Again,
Tell
it's
me.
a comfort technique.
It's not okay anymore, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Go ahead.
No. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Oh.
I think that was sort of an overall theme of the episode, was people learning that what makes them comfortable might not always be the right path for them. It might not always be the right situation. And I think it's really cool that they're challenging themselves.
They're not growing. Go ahead.
Well,
Well, they're starting to.
I think it's just fear of the unknown. They're comfortable, like you said, and I think even as a viewer, I was even like, oh no, but what's gonna happen? You know what I mean?
break
I
up that bond.
Yeah, because like I'm comfortable watching them living together for all this time and all these years, right? So even in my mind, I'm like, well, maybe they should just keep the apartment so they can just keep going back there. And I was literally having this dialogue in my head.
For selfish reasons.
For very selfish reasons. But I was like, oh my God, I'm doing exactly what they're doing, right? Which
Right.
is funny, but we can't help but to do that because change can be difficult sometimes, and especially the older you get, right? And, to be honest, like, they're just, they're like a married couple. So to pull
So
them
true.
apart is like, losing a limb, really. Like, they are each other's arms, you know what I mean? So
They complete each other.
I understand where they're coming from, but obviously in the end, they decided that they were going to move in with their significant others. So I don't know. I don't know what to think about this. Like,
Or do you think that they're all going to live in the apartment
Together?
I don't know. I thought about that too.
It
But
seems a little bit crowded.
yeah.
The way that they were on the bed towards
Yes.
the end, crowded like on that mattress.
Yes.
Is that the spin-off series that we're getting?
Maybe,
Maybe.
right?
Maybe. I don't
Taking
know.
over
Will,
New
Grace,
York.
and everyone else
Yeah,
pulling
I
in
mean,
Gilligan's Island.
And all the friends.
Who knows? Maybe they'll rent a house together at as time goes on because they say it's so crowded. I don't know. It's like sister wives or something. I don't know.
They are so attached. I mean, Will and Grace are so attached. And I know it's healthy to have such a great bond like that.
Yeah.
But these two have been wanting relationships for a long time. And
Yeah.
finally, they find their other half.
That was the thing I was thinking too.
And, the guy of your dreams is asking you to move in. You went through this whole hassle, Grace. You stalked the daughter. You did everything. And now you're just taking one step back, And it's like, as a human, you just really have to think about, is this next move going to make me happier or sadder? And I don't know what Grace wants. Does she want kids in the future or whatever she is thinking? But I just
she
feel like,
might be past that time.
you think so?
I
Maybe
think
she froze her
so.
eggs.
Maybe. Maybe. Or
Anything
adoption.
is possible.
Or adoption, or you know what I mean?
I don't know how Noah would feel with all of them even living together. I think they're both possessive of each other.
I think they kind of. Didn't you see he was like very comfortable? I mean, he got in the
Yeah.
bed with
Yeah.
all of them.
And
I
he
love
almost
the-
fell
funny.
for McCoy's face.
I was going to
Yeah.
say, I loved the exchange between him and McCoy where they figured out that they'd been lied to.
Yeah, baby face.
And he
Baby
put the
face.
glasses on because it makes people believe him more. He's so beautiful.
Totally.
Are you guys,
Perfection.
I'm just going to ship these couples right now. Are you guys a hashtag Groa, Grace and Noah, or a hashtag McWill?
McWill.
McWill. Okay.
McWill,
I'm a
yeah.
McWill.
Hashtag McWill. You guys, can you hashtag in the chat and let us know
Yes,
what you
let
guys
us
think?
know.
Because
McWill.
our great Brendan here just created those two
Yes, he
amazing
did.
hashtags.
Yes, he
So
did.
hashtag goes at
McWill and hashtag Groa.
I want McDonald's now.
Girl, I could go for some fries.
Muck.
Like I want to be a McWill, but maybe all this talk
McGriddle.
of food, I'm like actually Grace and Noah.
So McWill and then Groa.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's great. I'm McWill all the way.
Yeah.
Because it's time for Will.
They're so
Yeah.
cute.
It's time for Will to make that nice step.
Yeah. I also feel like they need each other in so many ways. Maybe it's a needy thing. I don't know.
McCoy really loves him.
Yeah.
He was trying to be mean. It was so cute. He's like, I'll give you a minute, but I really
Yeah.
like you. Like, it's like so cute. I don't know. I hope this step doesn't ruin it for them. Like, you guys have to find out what you want. And trust me, being in your comfort zone is so hard. Me and Crystal talk about this all the time. Like, when we're trying to get ready for a date, or if we want to just, cancel on him and not even text back. Like, either we push each other, like, girl, get dressed, go on this date.
I'm like, I want to be in my PJs.
I know. Go on that date.
But if you don't try and put yourself
never
out
know.
there, you don't know. And that could mean not even
never
just in
know.
relationships, but anything in
Yeah,
life.
it applies
you know?
to careers. It applies to living situations.
Absolutely.
Literally anything.
Oh, gosh.
So deep.
So
It's always
much.
so deep, these episodes, whether we, see it or not in the beginning. But
I sometimes
as we talk it.
I sometimes wonder
out.
if the creators, if they watched, our after show,
I
if they'd be like,
know.
are they taking this in a much deeper direction? I guess that's good on us.
Because this is therapy
Yeah.
for us. Like, we just break down
Yeah.
each thing, and it feels great afterwards.
We cry right before this.
We do, and during, and laugh like
crying
insane
right
hyenas.
now.
Gosh, but you know what? Like, we have so many favorite parts of this episode, so now we should talk about our segment, which is where we highlight our favorite quotes. We usually try to write down one or two of our favorite parts. So who wants to go first and share his or her favorite line?
Oh, I'll go.
You want to go? Okay.
Let me see. My favorite. There were a few.
Thank you for the drum roll, Stephanie. Your Highness.
I am ready. My favorite quote of the night is I was about to go into news and gossip, and that's the wrong part. My favorite quote was from Samira Wiley, actually, where she first is introduced to Karen, and she's commenting on Karen's voice, and she goes, "Wow, so that voice comes out of you. I was picturing a sexy rabbit."
That's
Or a
so
sexy
funny.
animated,
Yeah,
rather.
yeah.
Amazing.
That was good.
So cute.
I think that's a good visualization.
I love
for
it. 'Cause
Karen.
that Karen, exactly.
Yeah.
Like Mrs. What's her name? Not Boo. Not what's her name with B-O-O?
I have no idea.
Betty Boo.
Betty Boo. She
Oh.
knows. She knows.
I
She
speak
finishes
Louisa.
my
I
sentences.
speak Louisa.
That is amazing. I have my own language. She speaks Louisa.
Oh my god. You
Yeah,
guys, I
she
love
does.
it.
She's graduated. She has a PhD. So
That was so fast.
handwritten certificate.
What about you, Crystal?
We already said the vegetarian one. We already said the 1 minute thing.
Oh, we
I
did.
thought in the very beginning, the opener, it was Noah saying, "I don't even know why I'm even supposed to care about her." And then he said Bella Hadid, and then he goes, "No. The other one, Gigi Hadid." And then he said something about Kanye West, which I thought was brilliant because yeah, really, why do we care?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
The Gigi, the Bella, and then
Yeah.
the Kanye.
And to start off with that as an opener, like
incredible.
That's
Come
a
on.
solid opener.
Incredible.
it was. It really was. I was like, oh, thank you.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Gosh, well, I have a lot, but you know me, I have to try to narrow it down. My favorite part or quote, I would say, it's where in bed when Noah and Grace were just eating and throwing stuff on the floor. And then Will comes in and says, I hope that's not a toenail or whatever. And then Noah said, oh, well, Grace said we can throw anything we want on the floor because the maid comes, right? And then she goes, Will is the maid.
That was one of my favorites too, honestly.
See, I speak Crystal.
Yeah, totally.
Sorry, I guess I'm just not invited to
Of course you are.
I know, I'm
Absolutely
kidding.
not.
We do
This is a
the scooch
threesome
up.
here. Gosh, and then one more thing I have to say. I just
Oh, you're giving me a cramp in my back. Oh,
you
no.
guys, hold up. Oh my God, towards
so
the
hot
end,
now.
towards the end when Grace goes in bed with the gay men, both of them,
a bed situation again.
and
huh?
then God, I
Typical
know.
Louisa.
And she says, if I had a nickel for every time I got into bed with the gay man or something like that.
That
Just
was super funny.
so good. And then when Venus feels Serena, all the wordplay that they have.
Yes, tons of wordplay.
They are
So good.
whipping it out. Whipping it
Man.
out, doling it out.
Damn! See, I'm not the only one, Ben. I guess you like whips.
Okay.
I would know.
Uh-huh.
I don't
In
think
the
we're
right
talking about
context,
whips.
maybe.
We're talking about maybe whipping it up.
We're talking about Will and
Oh
Grace.
my
I
God.
think now Crystal and I are on the same wavelength.
Apple. See, that's a safe word. Apple.
Ah, pineapple, apple.
Mine is Shaka Khan.
Oh,
Our
there
systems
you-
detect that a host has wandered off the subject.
Oh my God,
Please
this is
return at
great.
once.
This is great.
Our system-
They should be used for me every 2 minutes. So bring me back. Okay, gosh. You know what? One thing I would love to do for this show is interview the writer. Two of the
Yeah.
writers. Just bring them in and just.
If you're watching us right now,
If
come
you're
in.
watching, can you just answer back to my DM?
I remember you said that there was like a team of them that all come together like to change things, right?
It's called oh my God. The phrase. It was during the live show that me and Maite went. It's called the comedy tank or something
Yeah.
tank that they, after every line or after every take, they huddle, all of them, and they work like bumblebees to make sure everything's okay, and then they shoot the scene again.
That sounds
Isn't
so
that great?
stressful.
The comedy
no.
tank.
Are you serious?
Oh no, it sounds great, but
It was
like
incredible.
I'm just picturing what it would be like for me in that situation. I'd be like,
Oh,
and-
that would be like a dream job.
To be
Are you
there
kidding
and
me?
just listen to like what they're doing because they take it so seriously. They're like in their suits and everything, like scribbling, and they're going off of what we're saying. If we're laughing, if we're not laughing, because they change,
Based off of the
based off
audience.
of our audience and our laugh, and if we laugh harder and stuff. But yeah, I think the think tank, the comedy think tank, that's what it was.
love that.
So yeah, I'm gonna try to hustle and get one of the writers on the show. We'll see, hopefully. Anyway, gosh, you guys, this was so much fun. I know Brendan has some news that he wants to share. Yes, Brendan.
all right, you guys. So my news and gossip today is a little bit more political because that's, part of this universe. I feel like it's good to be informed. So we found out earlier this week, I think it was on the 18th, that the openly gay mayor of South Bend, Indiana, Peter Buttigieg, I believe I'm saying his name right,
Buttigieg.
Buttigieg, he has made an official bid for Democratic presidential candidate
Wow.
for the upcoming
Yay!
primary. So be sure to go out and vote, y'all.
I think that would be amazing. Could you imagine how organized our political system would be if we had a gay president?
A gay cabinet, an LGBT cabinet.
Oh my gosh! Like
That
we would
is
have like the best United States of America.
Me and Crystal would move in.
Honey, Queer Eye would do up the White House,
Yes,
honey.
right.
That's such great news, Brendan.
Yeah. So I believe he's going on the Advocates podcast. Oh my God, I'm totally blanking on the name. LGBT Q&A later on this week or later on this month. So we're going to hear a little bit more, and I think it's a good guy to keep your eye on.
Yeah, you'll have to keep us informed.
Yeah.
as
But
that
next
goes
week,
on.
we're handing you the political segment. There you go.
All right.
But it relates so much for the show because a lot of what's happening in the world right now, in our political climate, Will and Grace always tries to explain us and make it so funny where we know what it is, but
And the
still
cast
laugh
members
about
are
it.
super political, too.
Oh, Debra Messing. Oh, yeah. If you
Such
follow
advocates.
her Instagram, oh, girl. Girls.
Ladies.
Ladies! Gosh, okay, prediction. Ladies and gentlemen, I did not have kombucha today, or
And now,
whatever that is.
your AfterBuzz
if you're gonna ask
TV.
me.
You're just high on life, honey.
Exactly, this is me without anything. People
I
get-
will say I get so much joy just coming on the show
Oh
and like
my
from your
gosh.
energy.
Thank you. I'm just giving it to you. There you go.
But bringing it back to predictions before we get yelled at. again.
Right. Predictions.
I think I'm gonna stand by what I said earlier. I think Malcolm is gonna find out about Nikki and Karen's little possible fling. We're gonna see where that goes. But I think he's gonna find out. I don't think he's going to be opposed to an open relationship, maybe a guest star in the bedroom. I feel like he's just as open-minded as she is, but they are going to drive a little bit of drama between the two just for fun, just for gags,
Just for gags.
Nice. Oh, I like that prediction. I would say, I don't know. I don't feel like Karen's going to linger too long in that sector because, we know what Karen likes.
Oh,
And
sausage.
also, I think that, I don't know. I have a feeling maybe Noah will probably get annoyed of like too much together time with everyone. I have a feeling he's sort of an old man. So I see that sort of
So
like coming
true.
down. And then maybe Jack will confess to Esteban that he was going to try to dip into the other pond. Or not the other pond, but like
that's so
dip
cute.
into the same pond, but
Dip into
dip
somebody's
into
pond.
somebody
Yeah,
other than
somebody's
him.
pond.
And then Esteban might call off the wedding.
I've been saying that.
Oh my gosh.
I don't believe it.
I don't know.
I believe in the power of love.
I kind of agree with you, Crystal. I think Noah's going to get annoyed because I think Noah's a bit possessive and wants Grace to himself and wants to move in with her and have her move in, all that stuff. I just think it's going to be too much of Will and McCoy, and that might come in the way. I feel like Ross is... Oh my God, I just said Ross, not Ross. I love Friends, sorry. Noah is going to say, basically...
Sorry.
Noah is going to say, Grace, it's either me or Will. Gonna throw her an ultimatum.
Yeah.
As far as Jack and stuff, I don't think he's gonna go through with the marriage. I always say I think he's gonna mess up. We'll see. Tonight was a little introduction, even though he, we're getting kicked off air right now, so that's fine. We're gonna finish our prediction next week. In the meantime, where can they find you on Instagram and social media?
You can find me, Brendan Haley, on Instagram at Brendan Haley and Brendo Hales on Twitter.
I'm Crystal McLaughlin. You can find me on all social media at Crystal823, Crystal823.
And you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Louisa Sharamatian and on Twitter at Lou Sharamatian. We'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.